Liz Webster in North Wiltshire. Would you say this is Brexit,
morning.
Liz?
Absolutely, it's Brexit. And, we didn't have food rationing when we were in the EU, and it is Brexit. Brexit itself, as well as Brexit changes that the government have installed, Anne talks about us being paid to do nothing when we're in the EU. Well, I don't agree with that. We've been farming hard when we're in the EU, but now that with the changes from this government, they are paying farmers to plant flowers. We've gone into schemes here on this farm to plant flowers for 5 years because it gives us security around money, really. So that's what's going on. It's Brexit.
Anne Widdecombe wants to respond.
Well, yes, of course I do. And the fact is that most farmers and suppliers, and this is a fact, this is not what I'm stating, have said that they don't believe that Brexit is the major cause of this. The major cause of this has been the rise in energy prices, which has deterred production of our own food, and the weather conditions where we rely very heavily on Morocco, apparently.
Liz is a farmer.
Yeah,
right?
she may be a farmer, but other farmers
she
are
probably
saying,
knows about
other
farms.
farmers are saying the opposite. So why can't I point out that other farmers
I know more farmers than Anne. I'm absolutely confident about that. Yes, some may agree with Anne, but very few actually. We all agree now about what Brexit changes have assured for us, which is a collapse in nearly every sector now. And the trade deals coming forward mean that the sectors like ours, where we farm here beef, are okay at the moment. But as those quotas go up for Australia and New Zealand, that means also a crashing for us too. So Brexit is certainly to blame, and there's no doubt about that. I know Anne backed Brexit, and that's a problem for her, but
it's
Brexit
not a problem for me. It's something I'm
the problems for our food security.
I mean, I'm not going to compete on...
You're proud of food shortages? Well, that's great.
I'm proud of Brexit. I'm proud of regaining our sovereignty. I'm proud of regaining control of our own laws.
Well,
I'm very proud of
But we
Brexit.
can't
you're proud of regaining our sovereignty. We can't even regain a few cucumbers at the moment. That's how dire things are going. I worked during the referendum for something called Environmentalists for Europe, which was Stanley Johnson, father of the former Prime Minister, and me. And one of the big things, alongside several Tory peers, was that they spoke to lots of farmers. And back then, in 2016, many of them supported Brexit because they were told that the subsidies they get from the EU would be replaced by the UK government to keep their farms going. And they haven't been. They were lied to. And that's why farms are struggling so much right now.
All right.
Look, the fact is the shortage of cucumbers isn't because of the supermarket workers, it's because of Brexit.
No, it's not to do with Brexit at all.
Yeah. I think we're not going to get anywhere on the Brexit thing, Liz. I don't think you're going to persuade Anne.
Well, no, I understand that. Anne is entrenched, and I understand that.
And so are you entrenched,
ultimately,
my
for
dear.
us
So
farmers,
are you entrenched.
Well, no, because it's actually impacting our business, and everything that we predicted is happening. So
the fact that we haven't
evidence
produced
is
as many
now.
cucumbers as usual is all down to Brexit. It isn't. It's due to the fact that we don't
It's
produce enough.
not all down to Brexit.
It's all
not
down.
about what.
Go on, Liz.
It's actually it's a combination. Brexit is it's like, look at our food system. It's like a game of Jenga, right? A Jenga block. When we did Brexit, you took out the bottom blocks. Then we had COVID, you took out another block. Then Ukraine war happened, and you take out another block. And so now we're in a very, very fragile situation. Our food system has been actually destroyed by Brexit. They're the foundations. The Brexit destroyed our foundations.
Okay.
And there's always weather events, and there always will be, and there always has been. But we've lost our resilience in our food sector because of Brexit.
And we're not growing as much of our own produce as we should.
Liz, that's the thing. Liz, this is the thing I don't get about your position, Liz, is that surely if we can't trade with our neighbours, as somebody who's producing meat and dairy and whatever, you're in a brilliant position because people are going to have to buy stuff from you.
Well, no, it doesn't work like that. Our end price is controlled by the supermarkets, and ultimately, if we can't afford to produce food, the government has removed food subsidies. They're paying us to plant flowers. So if we can't produce, if we have to buy everything, and inflation for us for inputs, for fertilizer and everything else, is through the roof. It's over 30%. So ultimately, you take that decision about what to do. And for us with beef, it's a long-term thing. But for vegetable growers, it's very short-term. you're not going to take that risk. Will it be picked? Will you be able to afford your energy bills? It's the same for chicken. We've got friends who are chicken farmers. Their energy bill went from 30 grand last year to nearly 150 this year. It'll go up again in April. The government are doing nothing to help us, nothing at all. This means that when the rest of the world has trouble with another food item, Britain is on its own without food.
We got it. Let me get this. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you virtually. All the best. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Wow, she packs a punch there, Anne. She took you on.
Well, she may have taken me on, but a very weak argument, I thought.
Well,
I think we've all had a good argument. We can go and have a salad after.
we can, yeah. I have got actually. Funnily enough, these will be.
Actually, I mean, I thought we lost something that Liz said.
Oh, don't. Oh,
No,
go on.
no, it's not about Brexit.
No, it's all
I thought we'd lost something that Liz actually said there, which was always a big beef from my local farmers to me when I was in Parliament.
We'll be lucky to get
which
big
is
beef.
that so much is determined by the supermarket.
No, yes, I know. That's
The pricing and the quality.
Yeah. But it's sort of another story. Okay,
Well,
I'm
maybe
just
another story, but it's an important one.
All right, but look at what one of our research. This is how good our researchers are. They've actually managed to buy a cucumber in Britain.